This is Midnight Magic, back with Tressa of Purple Unicorn. Tell us a little bit about what you're selling today.
I make custom dice bags for RPG gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, things like that.
How long have you making stuff? Do you make it all yourself?
Yeah, I make it all myself, do all the designs myself as well. I've been doing it for about 6 months now, so fairly new to it.
Is this sort of a part-time job or a hobby, or...?
No, this is my full-time job. I quit work to make dice bags.
Do you play many games, RPGs and stuff yourself?
Yes, I do, yeah. I play Dungeons and Dragons, I LARP, I play Magic, anything really. I'm a big geek.
Fantastic, and well, obviously that fits in with WynterCon. How are you finding the whole experience?
Very good, yeah. It's my first time here and I'm loving it. It's brilliant and there's so many people and they're all dressed up. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's been a really, really nice atmosphere here, so thank you for talking with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thanks.
We are here with
Greg Mack.
or Tony Stark, whichever one you're going to pick. Yeah. They are here today as an artist exhibition down at WynterCon, and they're doing some lovely canvases at the moment, which we very rudely interrupted because they've got a very busy schedule, but luckily they've devoted their time to us so we can get this little interview in. How long have you been doing this? Have you been doing it together or separately? Or
Well, separately we've been doing it sort of for years, but really it's only in the last few months that we only met about 10 months ago actually, so really we encouraged each other to get back into it, and I decided to pretty much quit everything else I was doing to focus solely on art. And this is the first convention we've done, and we've just started a market stall as well, which we do at the Eastbourne Market every Sunday. So this is quite a new venture to actually turn a passion into business.
it's always good when you can turn one of what's something that you're really interested in into something that you can make money off and live off. I think everyone. Okay, I think I'm being a bit generous there, but it's definitely something that I think everyone would like to work for. So is it just canvases you do, or do you do anything else?
No, loads of stuff. Obviously we've got some shoes there, we do murals, pretty much anything art and design related. I'm a graphic designer as well by trade, so I do that freelance. So yeah, pretty much everything really. We cover quite a lot of ground.
Is there lots of different characters you do, or do you do commissions to someone come up to you and said, oh, is there something you could do, or is it just basically what you focus on?
Well, I personally, I'm a massive Marvel fan, so I tend to do a lot of that, but that's for myself, really, and then if anyone likes it, that's great. But we are doing commissions right now, so people are coming along and asking, can you do this, and we take, a deposit or whatever, and then they come and pick it up at the end of the day or tomorrow, as some of them are doing as well.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Okay, well, thank you very much for devoting your very limited time to have a small interview with us, and I hope I haven't sort of put you on the spot too much. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm here with
Bob Molesworth.
And Bob does awesome illustrations, and he's lucky enough to do some of the artwork for WynterCon before. I'm guessing this isn't your first time here, so how many times have you done WynterCon?
This is my second time to WynterCon.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been really nice. We had a great time here last year, which is why we've come again. It's been a really friendly convention. Enjoy it.
And are you doing a couple of drawings and commissions for people as they're walking by, or are you just sketching whatever you feel comfortable with?
I've been doing drawings, and if people like them, they can take them. If they want something, I'll try and draw it for them. Yeah.
I can see that you got some WynterCon artwork done. Did you do anything for this year, or if they ask you to do anything more for this year, since you did it last year?
I did a picture this year which has ended up being used on the programme again as it did last year, and for the flyers for the Halloween party later. It was a really good bit to work on. I tried to incorporate all the things I could about WynterCon into it, so there's bits representing horror and gaming and Magic the Gathering and science fiction, of course.
Oh, that's awesome. The other thing is so how long have you been doing this? Did you start it off as a hobby? Is it something that you do for a living? Basically more about yourself.
I illustrate for a living. It was always been a hobby. I started off making my own comics and artwork. Now I work on Star Wars and Ninja Turtles comics as my main thing. And the stuff that you saw here is what I do for fun in between.
It's always good. I always find that if you're quite artistic, although you get asked to do stuff, because I alter magic cards as a side hobby. When you find something that someone asks you to do, which is actually something that you do in your spare time as well, it just makes it a lot more kind of exciting to do. Do you feel the same?
Definitely, and since I've been working professionally as an artist, it's just been, there aren't words for how good it is, really. It's like everything that I wanted when I was 5 years old that's come true.
Is that 5 years old with your chalk and your colouring pens and everything?
Yeah. Watching Flash Gordon on the telly, colouring in pictures of spaceships, and somehow I'm still doing it.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for having an interview with us.
Hi guys, we're here with Manga Mayhem, and we're just going to go through a few questions. So, how long have you been doing this?
I've been trading now for 4 years. I started off in May, 4 years ago, in London. And since then our company has grown so big we are now travelling up and down the country, doing as many shows as we can for the loyal customers.
And you enjoy every second of it?
I love every minute of it. I am classed as an old school, so I've been watching it back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. So for me to do this is just a dream job, and I guarantee anyone who wants to do this, it's a dream job. It is, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I love it. Can't beat it.
No, that's good. So is this your first WynterCon?
This is my first WynterCon here. I'm very impressed with it. I'm loving the atmosphere. The people are so down to earth, very helpful, very friendly, especially if you need change or money or trying to help someone out. Yeah, no, it is great. We will be back here next year for a fact. Yeah, definitely.
Well, we're going to have to come back and see Manga Mayhem. Oh, that was close. That was close. Maybe next year if we're here again as well.
That'd be lovely. We'll have you anytime.
Saucy. So what sort of things do you have on offer for the anime entrepreneur?
Offers. We do some good. We don't really do offers in that way. What we tend to do is because it's a private-owned company, we tend to do deals.
Yeah.
So if someone bought a wallet for £10, a pocket watch for £15, and they wanted another little figure for £6, I'd probably knock at least £4 or £5 off to help them out. Because also I used to be on that side of the table, and now I'm this side. I'm in it for the fans, not really for this. So I try and do a lot of deals to help.
So you like helping the little man?
Oh God, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Lovely. Thank you so much for the interview.
No, thank you.
Okay, hi guys, and I'm with Natalie here, who does some really interesting novels. Would you like to tell us a little bit about those novels that you write?
Yes, I can. The book is, it's a book series. It's an adult supernatural horror series based on Native American legends of werewolves, skinwalkers. The second one here also has in witches and a Wendigo. So it all ties in quite a lot with the Algonquian Native American myths, which is Northern American tribes. And the main character, she gets turned into a werewolf. She has to figure out about a lot of new things that she didn't necessarily know existed before, because she's, an ordinary person. This whole world with all these creatures is something very, very new to her. In this first book, this is the first one, she suspects that one of the members of the werewolf pack that she's joined might be a traitor, so she has to find out who that might be, and at the same time take on a group of skinwalkers who are, if you don't know about skinwalkers, they are evil Native American witches. They take the skins of other creatures so they can turn into them. So there's kind of werewolves versus skinwalkers going on. In the second one, she also discovers that she has some kind of magical powers that aren't necessarily to do with being a werewolf, so she has to delve into her ancestry and find out what's happening there, where that's come from. But her efforts are thwarted a bit by the presence of a Wendigo, which is a big spirit. It's a deer kind of creature that eats people, and the bigger it gets, the more it eats, and the more it eats, the bigger it gets. So there's that to have to deal with as well, and the existence of another kind of werewolf which turns into a big beast every single night, not just at the full moon. So that gets in her way as well. There's two main characters, Kyle and another werewolf, Carly, and another werewolf, Kyle, who she meets, and there's all this that they have to deal with. So there's a lot going on. The first one is more mystery, and the second one is more action, gore. It's a darker, grittier story. And if you see, on the poster there, I've got the third one coming out in spring, and the fourth one, which is Wolfbane, will be coming out at the end of next year. And I've got a prequel due out as well soon. That's in editing stage, and that's set in the mid-80s, and the main character in that is Kyle's father. So that's werewolves going up against the Native American king of the gods, of the ghosts, sorry, not gods, king of the ghosts, and he is like an evil spirit, drags children to the underworld, and him and his wife devour them. So there's that's due out at the end of November. But the whole thing is called the Wolfborn Saga, and you can visit my website. It's www.wolfborn.co.uk.
Just a little chat about all the other merchandise. Is this sort of stuff that goes with it, or have you just got it to...
Yeah, it complements the book series. Obviously you can see there's a Native American theme going on there, lots of wolves. The pendants, which are around the front, this one is supposed to be werewolf blood. This one is a green stone which features heavily in the book series. I've made the term up that it's called an emeron, which comes from the word emerald, which is a magical stone, and it helps them kind of features heavily at the end of this one and primarily through this when she meets the witches and find out more about the history of the emeron. So it's obviously fictional, but it ties into the whole series. And the rest of it just complements the books. There's got wolf bookmarks, wolf pens, and this is what I've got. It's a USB drive. It has on it the ebooks of the Wolfborn Saga, and it also has on it some nice desktop wallpapers and a werewolf card game. So for people who come to, because I go to many conventions, people who come along and say, I only read for Kindle books or Nook. Instead of just sending them to Amazon, I've got a physical product to sell to them, and being a silver bullet, it's obviously good for werewolves. So that's what that one is. So yeah, all ties in together really.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out for an interview.
No problem.
And
it's great to speak to you.
Like I said, what I'll do is I'll drop you a link in the description and in the video, and then anyone that's interested in checking out the book, then please do. It sounds awesome.
Good stuff. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, I'm here with Mike, who runs a very interesting store in the Enterprise Centre in Eastbourne with hand-picked little models like this, party balloons. They are a party store, but they specialise in trying to get very interesting balloons and creations to buy. And I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with Mike and just have a little bit of a chat about the individual things. So what do you think what goes through your brain when you're sort of deciding what to get into your store?
Something, I suppose, that's different. Something that has a real face and eyes, so that it's not a bland item. And although we don't buy things just that we like, we tend to feel that what we like we find sells. So they're just individual items.
Oh, so they're not your original creations. It's something personal towards you that you're trying to push to someone else as well. Something personal that the person will feel, yeah?
Yeah, we buy from 3 different companies, so you're not tied to any one company, which gives you a really vast display.
I see you also have some really fantastic massive balloons here as well. So if you ever need a party balloon, I think this is the gentleman to come to. If James would like to pan the camera up, we can see we've got a really nice Iron Man one, I believe there. Yep, and we've also got around the corner, which we might show you later, there's an R2-D2 one, a Stormtrooper, and they've got a Batman one as well, which is really cool. So when you decided to get these balloons, did you think of something a little bit different, or did you just want to go for size? What did you sort of decide to do?
Basically to have something different. So many shops today, you're fighting for business. So if you specialise, we've sort of specialised in, if you want something different for your birthday, we call it the wow factor. So if you're getting married, then we've got balloons, stuff with balloons. We do columns, all sorts of things really that just make something, the wow factor, I suppose. All of these have the wow factor.
I definitely think that myself, because as soon as I came over to your store, I mentioned to a couple of my friends about the little fairy models that you have, which are actually behind us, although some are in front as well, and some of the little dragon models down here as well. There's so much detail in them. It's fantastic. I really like it when you got a model that's got that's the person that has made it, or the company that's produced it, has taken that extra bit of care just to get that little bit of detail in. But anyway, moving on, just to talk about WynterCon. Is this your first time here?
Yes, this is the first time, and it's been excellent. Andy has been he looks after everyone. He's prowling around to see, and he says to you everything's okay. So it makes a change actually to find someone that really runs an exhibition, takes an interest in it. So it's been very good for us, yes.
Yeah, he really does make it very personal, runs it first hand, doesn't he? Yeah, the other thing I wanted to ask as well is, will you be coming back? Do you think this is an event that has been both good for you as a business person and as someone that's, had a look around and see all the other different things that are on sale here?
I've been absolutely amazed that everyone's taken they've made the effort, they've got dressed. It's absolutely been incredible. And the answer is yes, we've already booked for next year. So we think it's really very good indeed and more than worth coming to see.
Well, you heard it first from even one of the people that actually come here to sell their items. Definitely come to WynterCon, it's amazing and it's got such a lovely atmosphere. Thank you very much for listening, guys.
Hey, this is Midnight Magic here at WynterCon. We're here with Tintagel Dice. Is this your first WynterCon?
No, we were here last year.
Okay, how do you feel it's developed since then? Are you enjoying it more? Same?
Yeah, there's probably twice as many people coming through the doors, a lot more effort in the costumes that we're seeing walking around. Generally, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about your wares, what you're doing here today?
Yeah, predominantly we're selling dice to the role-playing community for games like Dungeons and Dragons and my own Grimm's Gangs role-playing game that I wrote. But also we've got a number of dice that we sell that are child-friendly as well. So we've got lots of funny, pretty little shapes with stuff on for those. We've got Santa dice because it's that kind of season as well. Big dice, small dice, and one or two add-ons that people always ask for at the shows, bits of paper and pencils and things like that. But predominantly we are dice retailers.
Yeah. You say you work on your own RPG, is it? Yep.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, Grimm's Gangs I wrote because I was trying to find a set of rules that would allow you to do a biker gang scenario, and I couldn't find any that did what I wanted, so I wrote my own, and I wrote a few scenarios with it to be able to promote it and sell it and demo it. Now our most famous, if you like, scenarios are a trilogy of Al Capone scenarios where you're playing gangsters in the 1920s working directly for Al Capone, and it starts from about 1919 when the mafia first kind of got big in the States and ends up with the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1930 thereabouts. So, but you can play any gang in any period of time, whether you want to play an old Celtic tribal game or you want to play a 20s gangsters or cowboys from the 1800s, or you want to play dance gangs from the streets of New York, or you want to play space cowboys on space horses in the future. It's all there, all playable with it. The big thing with Grimm's Gangs is it's about role-playing and interaction more than rolling the dice. And we always get criticised for that because we don't sell many dice on that basis, but yeah, it's all good fun.
It does seem like a bit of a non-bow, but yeah. How long have you been doing working on RPGs and selling dice? And has this always been your career?
I've been selling dice now for about 12 years. It's not my main career yet, although it is the intention. And I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since I was 16 when it first came out. So
rules have changed a couple of times.
A few times, yeah, a few times. But yeah, so well over 30 years now I've been in the industry one way or another.
Okay, well, it's been very nice to speak to you. We hope you enjoy the rest of WynterCon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In a perfect world, no technology would ever go wrong, guys, but unfortunately our sound recorder decided to have a little bit of a cutout on this interview, which is a real shame because I had a really nice chat to this cosplayer. This is Titan Defender Pushka, and they were really awesome. They had their artist friend Rob with them, which was showing off all his awesome comics that he writes and does the artwork for. There also was a free comic going around which featured Titan Defender Pushka himself, so that was fantastic. And also they were selling some cyberpunk gear on their stall, which is what they were calling wasteland gear from the actual comic own creative world that this character comes from. Kind of a cross between Mad Max meets Star Wars, so you should really check it out if you guys like that sort of stuff. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll pop one up on the video itself. Thank you very much for listening, guys.